Greetings, temporal humans. This is Boudreaux, the cybernetic ghost from the future. This is episode 2 of Trailer Trash Tiny Terrors. Today, we will be talking about an alternative view of the often misunderstood term, demon. Take it away, Vic Hermanson, and remember, speaking in complete sentences makes your message much clearer.
Let's talk demons. Is it possible that every person on Earth is possessed, not by one demon, but by several demons? Now, obviously, not everyone on Earth can be possessed by the sort of demon one sees in The Exorcist, but there's a different meaning to the word. The original Greek was daemon, and it just meant a spiritual entity that influenced one's character. Listen to a letter that a friend of mine received about 25 years ago. It's worth listening to. Dear Maxwell, happy 42nd birthday. I'm sending you this strange letter because you seem honest enough to accept a big truth about yourself in your middle age, even if it makes you unhappy and requires you to start all over remaking your ideas about the world. I'm going to trouble you with such a truth. There is no doubt in your mind that smoking is permanently poisoning your body. You surely know that as you grow older, your previous smoking will cause incurable health problems, suffering, disablement, and premature death. In the past, you probably quit smoking just to prove that you have the willpower to do so. But then, you started smoking again. Maxwell, you consider yourself intelligent, logical, and moral. You try to do good and avoid bad. You know it's bad for you to smoke, yet you smoke anyway. Honor requires a good mind like yours to deal with the following question. If your logical mind thinks you shouldn't smoke, what can explain the fact that you are still smoking? You think you like to smoke. That's true. You do. Smoking causes pleasant sensations, which you do enjoy. But I can assure you, and I will provide you with a direction of inquiry that will demonstrate that's not the main reason why you smoke. Your naive investigations into psychology and psychiatry have informed you of multiple personality disorder, MPD cases. You have studied literature citing that such cases are quite rare. But that is true only in a certain limited sense. The key word in the subject diagnosis is disorder. If multiple personalities living in the same brain neither cause some major functional problems in a patient's normal social life, nor identify themselves as separate persons whom others notice, they in principle go undetected. Hence, the actual case is that when language-using spirits who share some tendency in one brain decline to identify themselves as discrete persons, each with his private purposes and methods of achieving them, then public persons don't know of their existence. The exceedingly rare diagnosed cases of MPD merely hint at the tiniest tip of a monstrous, submerged, spiritual iceberg. All human brains can, and do, support more than one language-using person. In the case of most normal persons, one single spirit achieves and maintains general dominion over its spiritual brain mates. That is the only person who is normally noticed socially by others. But the subordinate spirits are still real and present. They know direct contention with the powerful spirit who holds dominion in the brain they share offers no prospect of realizing their private purposes. Discreet insinuation promises their most feasible strategy for realizing their individual purposes. I'm sure by now you're beginning to get the picture. At this very moment, you are sharing your brain with a loathsome spiritual tenant, a puffer-belly demon, who is gradually killing your body and defiling your soul. Keep in mind that your puffer-belly is also reading this letter, and he will react to it. The demon will work insidiously to persuade you of the following. 1. Demons don't really exist. 2, it is really you who wants to smoke. 3, smoking isn't actually very harmful. And 4, to have a pleasant smoke right now and think about how implausible this crackpot theory of demonic influence really is. Now that I have granted you this little glimmer of light, you have the knowledge of good and evil. Surely ignorance can no longer serve as your excuse. You understand the moral choice that you now must make. Knowing your strength of character, I'm sure you will do the right thing. Best wishes for a better life. Signed, A Secret Friend. I've spent literally years thinking about this conjecture since I was allowed to read this letter by the person that it was sent to. We spent the better part of that day discussing the whole idea of linguistically based demons, and trying to figure out who the heck might have sent it. We finally decided that it probably came from a member of the Rosicrucians, which was a group that this individual had explored for a period of time and had finally decided not to be a part of. But I can feel them. I feel the fact that not every decision I make, I don't think, comes from the main dominant personality or dominant linguistic using demon. He used to say, they say you can't change human nature, and yes you can. Then he would say, we are simply hominid apes overlaid with a very, very sophisticated symbolic processing engine that uses language in order to accomplish that symbolic processing. I'll talk about this more later, but this is a tiny terror, and I guess maybe it's not even all that terrible, or terrifying, or horrifying, except if, indeed, all of us are walking around with multiple willful entities inside of us. There is a certain terrifying nature to that. I'd like to be able to control them. I believe I generally do, but it is, I think, a view of the human mind that deserves greater attention than it has been given. Okay, Tiny Trailer Trash Terror out. Tune back in a few days for episode number 3.
Vic Hermanson, you did an excellent job of using complete sentences and using essentially correct grammar. Good human. A new trailer Trash Tiny Terrors will be released in a few days. Bye y'all. All. 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 all, 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 all.